Hi, my name is Michael Anderson, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I am so glad to be here to be able to talk to you about the topic that I'm going to talk to you about today. And I just want to start off by letting you know I am a Christian. Most of you know what a Christian is. We believe that Jesus is the Messiah. We believe that we are saved. You know, I believe 100% that Jesus is the Messiah. I believe in the Bible. I believe in prayer. You're not going to be able to change my mind. And I know that a lot of you probably um, have different beliefs. A lot of you may not believe in my beliefs, and that is totally okay. We are allowed to believe whatever we want to here. I'm not here to try to make you believe what I believe, and please don't try to do that to me. Let's just be able to be a team together. I have a topic that I want to talk to you about today that is going to give some hope, and let us just be able to receive it. I do use the Bible to talk about my points, and please don't look at it as, oh, he's using the Bible. Just let's look at it as, hey, there's a piece of wisdom in it, and maybe it could be able to help us to change our life. So the topic today is called Arriving at Peace After Escaping the Turbulent Emotions of Depression. So why am I here talking today about this topic? Do you know anybody who is depressed? Are you depressed? Do you find that there's a lot of people around you that are depressed? How many people do you meet on a daily basis that are really living a joyful, peaceful life? If you look at the world today, I know it can be a little scary. So I'm here because I want to be able to help to at least affect somebody's life. I found that there were 8 things in my life that were creating depression. Things that I was doing that I didn't even know that if I changed them, that I would find that I'd have more peace and joy in my life. So I'm not an expert on depression. I'm not claiming to be, but I just know that when I fixed these 8 things, then my life began to change drastically, and I felt different about who I was. So, what is depression? I looked it up in the dictionary, and it said a mental disorder characterized by extreme gloom, feelings of inadequacy, and inability to concentrate. So, I want to talk about these 8 things because I know that when I shifted these things, it really made a difference in my life. And maybe there's something here that maybe if you shifted in your life, you might find more confidence and that you're able to enjoy life a little bit more. So let's get into it. Number one that I found that caused depression in my life, expecting other people to solve my problems for me. So there's 2 things about this that I found is that sometimes we can be training other people to believe that when they have a problem that they are to come to us and we'll solve it, or um, that we've been trained that when we have a problem to go to this person and they'll solve the problem for us. And why is that not a healthy thing? Is because it's more disempowering than it is empowering. The word empower means to give ability, to enable, or to permit, meaning you're not doing it for them, but that you're giving them more ability to be able to do it for themselves. So let's start. Let's not expect other people to solve our problems for us. Let's solve our problems ourselves. Number 2, leaving things undone. I have a quick story about this because I felt the Lord was telling me that I needed to, stop um, leaving things undone, saying that I'll get to that later, I'll get to that someday, or getting halfway through something and then not finishing. So I looked at all the things in my life where things were like that. I made a list and I started attacking all of those things every day. I prioritized my tasks and I crossed things off the list every single day except Sunday because it's my rest day. But every day I'm working on this and it's awesome. I have more confidence. I feel great. I have more joy and things are beginning to happen. There's a lot of results happening all over the place. So it's either leaving things undone or taking on more than we can do because that'll eventually lead to us not doing anything. And I found for myself and even in the lives of other people that when we're not doing what we know we should be doing, we have a tendency to start looking at everybody else's life and start analyzing and criticizing their lives because we're not doing what we need to do with our lives. But when we focus on what we should be doing, what everybody else is doing doesn't really bother us so much anymore. Number 3, expecting everyone else to change. How many of you have coworkers, family members, or friends that get under your skin from time to time, and you want them to change what they're doing? But I guarantee you that if you ask them to change what they're doing, they'll tell you you do the same thing or something like that. So when it comes to we just don't want to be expecting everyone else to change. Before we ask anybody to change, let's look at ourselves and say, how can I change in this situation to make a difference and make this better? Because a lot of times if we do that, there will be a different response from the person that we're dealing with. And sometimes we may have to ask them to change, but we have to be willing to change too when they tell us what we need to change. Number 4, blaming others for your failures, mistakes, and problems. This is something that I used to do a lot. But that never helps us to move forward in life. In fact, it keeps us stuck because a lot of times we'll continuously say over and over again, this person did this, and that, and that's why I'm where I'm at. Well, we have to get off of that topic. We have to stop focusing on what somebody else did that made us have a setback, because a setback is only a setback. But we can still take a step forward and another step forward and another step forward to get ourselves out of the situation that we're in. And when we continuously blame others for our mistakes and problems, guess what ends up happening? We fall into unforgiveness. Proverbs 17:9 says, "He who covers and forgives an offense is seeking love, but he who harps and repeats a matter separates the closest of friends." So you can actually be doing yourself harm and other people harm when you're not letting go of the problems and mistakes and failures that you have in your life because of other people. So number 5, failure to enforce proper and healthy boundaries. Quick story about that. I've shared this in many past videos, is that I used to allow people to borrow money from me left and right, and it caused a lot of issues. I no longer do that anymore. I finally put up a boundary. No one's going to get money from me like that anymore, you know? So where is it in your life? Where do you know you need to put healthy, proper boundaries at? You're the only person who knows what that is. Number 6, always arguing that you are right and everybody else is wrong. It's amazing what Ecclesiastes 6:11 says. It says, the longer you argue, the more useless it is, and you are no better off. It is very draining to be right all the time and having to be right in every situation. What happens when we always argue our point? The other person starts arguing their point too. And they see it their way, we see it our way, and nothing gets done. So we have to always focus on the solution to the problem and not focus on the problem itself. Okay? Number 7, comparing ourselves in an unhealthy way to other people. Maybe they're more established in life than we are. Or maybe they are not as established as we are. You want to stay out of unhealthy comparisons like that. Let's admire the differences that other people have, the strengths that other people have, and admire the strengths and differences in our own self. That'll definitely keep our confidence level up, and it'll definitely keep us from seeing people in the wrong way. And it actually keeps us from getting into depression. And number 8 is failure to pursue our dreams. What do you know that you were put on this planet to do? Okay? Why do people stop pursuing their dream or don't pursue their dream at all? I believe it's like a lack of vision. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. How many of you heard the statement, a man without a vision will perish, right? Well, why do people not have vision? I found a few things, and I'm just going to name a few things. Maybe you were consistently told over and over again that you won't be able to do that you're lacking something, that you don't have what it takes to be able to do it. Maybe you've had disappointment over and over again trying to pursue your dream. Number 3, poor planning or lack of planning. Proverbs 4:26 says, plan carefully what you do, and whatever you do will turn out right. We need to have plans. Do you have plans for your dream? Number 4, a lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6 says, because of a lack of knowledge, my people perish. Maybe you just need a little bit more education on what you need to do in order to make your dream happen. I don't know what it is, but maybe you just need to do some more research. Maybe there's a certain person you need to connect with, or maybe there's just something you need to learn. So here's a question. What can result from not having peace? Here's what I wrote, depression, panic, worry, confusion, low self-esteem, unresolved conflicts, and division. That's what I found in my life. You may find that in other people's lives who are depressed. So here's the next question. What does peace look like to you? I wrote down a definition. 2 of them, actually. A state of mutual harmony between people or groups, especially personal relations. And number 2, cessation of freedom from strife and dissension. So here's my little formula to help you find more peace in your life and to get away from the turbulent emotions of depression. Number 1, solve your own problems. If you do need help and you do need a team, put the team together. But you do your part and let them do their part. because Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, two people are better than one because they get more done by working together. Number two, don't leave things undone in your life, and don't take on more tasks than you can do. Prioritize your task list and don't take on more than you're supposed to. Number three, don't expect others to change. Always ask yourself, how can I change? And then follow through. Number four, always look for where you can improve so that you can have more forward movement in your life. Number five, enforce proper and healthy boundaries where need be. Number six, focus on the solution to a problem, never focus on the problem. Number seven, don't compare yourself in an unhealthy way to others. Celebrate the differences that you have with other people and admire their strengths. And number eight, go after your dream. I think it's very important that you go after your dream, you guys, because going after your dream is probably one of the greatest peaceful things that you can find in life. I believe that when you don't pursue your dream, there are people out there that are not going to get the help that they need. Think about it. The person who created the cell phone, whatever reason, they had a dream. Now think about it. If somebody's driving and they have a heart attack, there's no phone anywhere, and they may not be able to get the help that they need. But because now we have a cell phone, they can call somebody and get help quicker than if there was no cell phone. So what is your dream? Go after it. You don't want somebody to die because you didn't go after your dream. You know what I mean? You can help so many people because you lived a life of doing what you know you were meant to do. Okay? So go after what you know you're meant to do. Let's do this together, you guys. I'm going after a dream that I have never gone after much in my life because I was told that I would never be able to do it. So I'm doing it now. So let's do this together. Let's work as a team. Because when we go after what we know we need to go after, it changes the lives of people around us. Our life is a story that is being told by what we're doing and what we're saying. So we have more authority to help other people when we're helping ourselves. So let's do it together. Mark 9:23 says, all things are possible for those who believe. This is Jesus speaking. So I want to personalize it because I believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So let's say on the count of three that all things are possible for me because I believe. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. All things are possible for me because I believe. I want to leave you with one little thought. Mother Teresa said, how do we create world peace? She said, go home and love your family. So take that for whatever it's worth. My name is Michael Anderson. I hope this video helped you in some way. If it did, let me know. And if you do something that I mentioned in this video, let me know if you do something and you get a great result from it. I hope that you will be able to create the life that you want to and find more peace. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video.